So that's what we think went on with Jauan Jennings. What do you expect? What's next for Jauan Jennings? No training camp. Probably will start week 1. They need him for now, but wide receivers are coming back. How do you see this season playing out for him and his future?
Well, I think they're going to throw him out there. The Niners have never been at all like, well, we'll have a slow build and it'll be a little bit this week. And no, he'll be out there this week like it's like he hasn't missed any time at all. I think he's going to be a full go for this game. And I think that's the other thing is that they're going to have to somewhat feed him the ball this year to get to at least give him the opportunity to go have a monster year. I'm sure they're saying on some level, hey, the timing's not right. That's what the Kawakami reporting was. The timing's not right. Well, if you're going to tell somebody the timing's not right, then you have to make sure they get the ball a lot so they can put together the kind of statistical year where they will get paid. So I get the feeling that he's going to be featured. I think it's going to be a lot of Jauan. I think you're going to see a lot of Purdy to Jauan. And then I think if he plays well enough and they get past Thanksgiving and he's healthy and this and that, I think they're going to say, hey, now the timing is right. And now we can discuss some kind of an extension. I still don't think they want to give him anything close to the Ayuk contract, but I think there's more of a chance of a deal getting done here if he balls out and they get to November and they're like, okay, let's keep you off of the free agent market in March. How do we do that? And I could see them and Rosenhaus at that point sitting down and doing a deal.
I'm a little less optimistic than you. I feel like he's going to lose his spot as the number 1 target in the wide receiver room to Pearsall if he hasn't already. I think Pearsall is going to be the one with 115 to 130 targets, and I'd be surprised if Jennings gets more than 90. I think he'll be right in that 85 to 100 range, and when Demarcus Robinson comes back, Jennings will probably still start, but I wonder how many targets Robinson will cut into at that point. And by the end of the season, when Ayuk comes back, I'm curious to see if Jennings is anything more than a number 3 receiver. He's a good player who could start on a lot of teams, but on this team, I think as the season goes on, his role will diminish and diminish and diminish. I don't think he's going to get an extension. I'm usually wrong with these prognostications. I see what you're saying, but I think the Niners want that comp pick. I don't think they really want to spend much more money, even though they can. And I think they're going to spend it like, okay, we got a 6th round comp pick for Jauan Jennings, but we drafted him in round 7. That's an upgrade. As they did that with Jordan Mason. Remember, like they traded him for a 5th round pick. Like, well, he was undrafted. Anytime you can trade an undrafted guy for a 5th round pick, that's a win. I think that's how they're going to spin it, which is too bad. And here's my question for Jennings. So do you think he will give the same A+ effort? This, I mean, he's known for his effort, blocking, everything when he doesn't have the ball. We saw what Charvarius Ward did last year. He talked about it. His heart wasn't in it because the Niners wouldn't extend him. What do you think? Is this over with?
I just think Jennings is a very, simplistic when it comes to his football career. I think he's very simple-minded, which is anytime he's on the field, he's going all out. I just think he's got one speed that he plays at, and that's the speed he's going to play at. Like, I don't think he's going to pull a Mooney Ward. I don't think he's going to be like, yeah, man, they didn't give me any assurances for next year, so I'm going to emotionally and physically, mentally shut it down. I think he's driven by more of a code than that, because his play and his style of play and his ferocity started well before he came to the Niners. I mean, he was a legend to the people at Tennessee. So what now, in his last year with the Niners, he's going to be unhappy. And
that's a good point.
Yeah, I just think
he only plays one way. And Ward had made a lot of money in his career. Jennings hasn't yet. Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code Cohn, COHN, and download the app now.
Jennings can't. Yeah, I mean, Mooney maybe was a little bit more coveted and could have a little bit more. I mean, he's playing a position that's so coveted. Corner, he's big, he's young, he's very talented. Where Jennings is playing a position that's loaded, and there's every team's going to the spread in college, and so there's more and more receivers, and every draft that goes by, it seems like it's a deeper and deeper class of receivers. So he probably just needs to play well and get out there. The question I would have is, did he skip this summer to avoid injury? And I think partially he's like, hey, if you're not going to take care of me, I got to take care of myself. I got to minimize my exposure to the kind of violence that this game presents on a daily basis. And I think the Niners were cool with it because they felt like they had to be to get along with this player, and they love this player. So I think that's what's going on. I think the Niners, did Shanahan at any point seem pissed? No. Has Lynch at any point
seemed pissed the other day, or exasperated, or frustrated?
He called him his best. He called him his favorite player, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, these guys love this guy, and why do they love him? They love him because he plays super hard. He's super tough, and he's competitive as all get out. And most coaches are more competitive than the players. This is a player that's probably more competitive than some of the coaches. So I think they.
Yeah, but if I were Jauan, I'd be like, if you say you love me, you know how you could tell me you love me? With greenbacks. Don't tell me you love. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Give me money.
It's true. I'm sure he's like, hey man, compliments don't spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway,
but he's got to play, play nice here, because the bottom line is you can't war with the guy who's calling the plays in Kyle Shanahan. I mean, the two guys you can't war with if you're Jauan Jennings are Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan. Those are the guys that are going to be the ticket to your production and thus your financial windfall. So I think he'd have to be just an absolute fool to go at Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, he could hold out the entire season. They could replace him, and he could prove the Niners' point that he's not that essential. I think he was hoping maybe that if he sat out week 1, the Niners might struggle on offense, and it would prove his point that he's utterly essential. But then they threatened to sign Kendrick Bourne. Let me ask you this.